The battle shonen genre has been the strongest pillar of anime since we somehow started enjoying two weirdos punching each other, and it has by far contributed the most in making anime as popular as it is. Dragon Ball starting it all with its undying legacy and influence, Rep My Good, the big three taking things forward stronger than ever, One Punch Man, AOT and MHA exploding outside of Japan, introducing this medium to all us Western losers. And there are no signs of anything slowing down. It always comes back to shonen. And this is also why innovation is not praised in this genre. The original formula just works too well. So authors who want to do something unique decided to stick with the core theme but have a different take on it. Think of shows like Attack on Titan or Chainsaw Man. Many stories saw immense success through this approach, so much so that it has almost become a new semi-genre at this point. Enter the elusive samurai. While on a surface level it seems like a run-of-the-mill shonen, but the more you look into it you realize everything it does has a unique identity. It feels very stylized. From the story to the animation, this show has its own personality, and after watching just one episode, I knew this was going to be something special. The story is set in the Nanbokucho period of Japanese history, as the Hojo clan rules over the town of Kamakura. Our protagonist, Hojo Tokiyuki, is set to become the next ruler of Kamakura, but behind their backs, Ashikaga Takauji betrays Kamakura. With his army, he went to Kyo to defeat Emperor Godaigo, but as soon as they started the attack, he killed everyone from his army and marched towards Kamakura, annihilating everyone. It turns out Takauji and Godaigo have been secretly communicating, and Takauji is a traitor. As Tokiyuki sees the people and the town of Kamakura completely wiped away, he has lost the will to live and wants to just go off with his family. But a weird priest named Yorishige Suwa shows up and explains how he has the power to glimpse into the future, and he sees Tokiyuki becoming a hero, a lord of war who will shake the very foundations of heaven. He also foresaw this tragedy, so he will help Tokiyuki get away from here. But Tokiyuki just wants to die. The priest is trying to save someone who does not want saving. So he pushes him down into the enemy's pit. And Tokiyuki, while shocked at first, accepts his fate and smiles down to death. But no one is truly ready for that, as Tokiyuki not only lands a safe landing, but also escapes from all the warriors. When you're thrown into the depths of despair, when you feel death's chilling presence, that is the moment the hero within you shines. The priest explains that nature to always jump out of certain death to save himself is the hero within Tokiyuki. Running and hiding are necessary skills any hero needs, and Tokiyuki does that better than anyone. He knows how to survive certain death. He loves the intense thrill of dancing between life and death. Ashikaga Takauji's primary target, the boy who will inherit Kamakura shogunate, the one he needs to kill, knows how to escape the grip of death like no other. Takauji will become a hero by killing, and Tokiyuki will be a hero by living. But just surviving is not enough. They will also form a team of incredible people to take down Takauji and help the Lord of Kamakura, Hojo Tokiyuki. Now immediately the plot is very closely based on Japanese mythology. No, it's not just a visual vibe that follows this, but everything. The clans, the characters and the battles fought are all events that took place in real history. Kamakura was a real town. Tokiyuki, his dad Takatoki and Takauji are characters based on real personalities. And it doesn't stop here. The show even uses combat tactics and attacks from not just Japanese history, but also Middle Eastern and Indian mythology. And I completely get it if you don't give a fuck about this, but being the nerd that I am, I find this so cool. I admire how much an author cares about the world and characters they are writing to do this much research about everything they show. Just pick up anything you find interesting and search it up on Google. Chances are you will find an in-depth Wikipedia page on it. But unlike other shows based on real history, the show does not limit itself to that historic vibe in terms of creating a visual identity. There are many times in gag scenes where stuff from the present is used, like trains or this Pokemon battle game-esque scene. I love how seriously the show takes the era it is set in, but is also not afraid of playing around with it. Oh, talking about that, Elusive Samurai is the funniest anime I've seen in a long time. The comedy is genuinely great. You remember the priest's ability to see the future? Yeah, you can imagine how that is used to create comedic moments. Just as an example, there is a competition in episode 4 in which contestants have to shoot dogs to score points, and Yorishige goes on to explain how it is fine to shoot dogs in this era.
It's not that, it's just that in the future this sport's considered animal abuse, but during this time it's normal. I hope I don't get what's known as cancel.
Who in the world are you justifying yourself to?
This happens a few times in the show and I chuckle every time. It kind of breaks the fourth wall very creatively, and you cannot talk about Elusive Samurai without talking about the animation. Literally see. The standard animation is very impressive. Stuff like the action and character acting is obviously great. I'm sure you must have noticed if you're actually watching the video and not just slapped it in the background while playing your video games. But what makes me go in awe is the little things, like the fabric or clothing moves a lot. Whenever a character moves, the fabric also flies around in sync, which sounds simple, but trust me, it's complicated as hell. Even more mundane scenes are also well made. The attention to detail is insane. The characters almost look 3D because of the shading and how it is used to create depth. The general character designs are also very detailed. But more than all this, what I love the most about this adaptation is the storyboard and direction. It is so unique and stylized that you look at a scene from the show and immediately recognize it. The storyboards are often very creative and over the top, perfectly showcasing the meaning of any given scene. The direction is very exaggerated to emphasize the main aspect of the character. For example, Saramune is a well-renowned archer who can shoot targets from very long distances because of his excellent eyesight, and the anime never fails to depict that. His eyes are always in focus whenever he's on the screen. Overall, visually, this anime is perfect. Yes, there are some hiccups in later episodes as the production starts to collapse. There is even a recap episode in between, which obviously means the staff is barely meeting the deadlines. Unfortunately, this is basically a norm in this industry. So while it is sad, it is not unexpected. The staff should be given more time and treated better, but these big companies don't care about anything but money. And we as fans are stuck in a very weird dilemma, because the end product is beautiful, but the process to get there is the complete opposite. But the show would have been another 6 or 7 out of 10 without its genius writing. Everything is super polished, and you can sense the attention and care the author has put into it. Tokiyuki at first seemed like your generic shonen protagonist. Lost his family, can't fight for his life, but will train his ass off to get revenge. But he's immediately set apart from the rest through his powers. His unique ability is weirdly to not fight head on, but to run away. Also, he's just a very kind-hearted person, without feeling like a hollow shell with no personality other than,
"Oh, I actually care about these monsters who eat humans for fun."
he deeply cares about everyone around him because he knows what it means to lose them. He always has a positive impact on whoever he interacts with, even the bad guys. In his fight with Shogun, a ruthless warrior who invades villages, kills the adults and hostages kids to sell them, he doesn't even respect God. He has lost any hope or interest in the concept of God. And all this happened because he was stripped away from his part in his family's territory. He worked hard and trained till death only to not receive his rightful land. Whatever he tries just ends up in blood and tears. Thus he believes there is just no way anyone can be happy in such a world. But then in their fight, he witnesses Tokiyuki's pure smile as he fights him. He's shocked at how can someone feel so happy in a tragic world like this. Every everything Tokiyuki has gone through warrants him to become a villain, but he always had a positive outlook on life. He never valued money or status. All he desires is to live in a place he likes with the people he loves. Shogun accepts defeat and falls to his knees, praying to Tokiyuki. He found his Buddha. Not in the sense that Tokiyuki is Buddha, but he saw exactly who he should have become. Instead of cursing the world around him, he should have cherished it for what it is. Like Tokiyuki. After that fight, Shogun's entire worldview didn't change, but he calmed down a bit and started to enjoy life. The entire story is pretty much written this way. Everything has a unique spin to it, which gives it the identity of the elusive samurai. The series uses its mythological setting as its biggest strength, but never limits itself to that ancient world, and dives into more weird plot lines as well, which has been the biggest complaint regarding this show, that it switches tones too often. But in my opinion, the series does more than enough to always stick with its themes. It goes off the rails and explores wild aspects of the world and characters, but always comes back to the core of the series, Japanese mythology. There are ancient combat techniques, ninjas, Buddha, divine animals, and what not, while still feeling like a grounded and wholesome show that it is. And probably the biggest positive for this anime is that we are only 12 episodes in right now, and already so many interesting characters and mysteries are set up. Once we start getting into the middle chunk of the story, it will only get better. And it feels weird because it's been so long since I've been so interested in the story of a new gen anime that I'm sincerely excited for the second season. What exactly are divine beasts? What is the mystery of Yorishige's power? What more challenging missions elusive warriors will have to go on? And of course, how will Tokiyuki become the hero of Kamakura in 2 years? There is just so much to come that I can't wait to see unfold. But that's about it for today. If you have watched the video till this point, consider subscribing and liking and all the stuff we all beg you to do. It genuinely helps out a lot. But apart from that, be safe, be nice, and I'll see you guys the next time. Goodbye.